morning, everyone. Let us please rise for opening hymn, Love Knocks and Waits for Us to Hear, number 1029. Love knocks and waits for us to hear, open and invite. Love longs to quiet every fear and seeks to set things right. Love offers life in spite of foes who threaten and condemn. Embracing enemies, love goes the second mile with them. Love comes to heal the broken heart, to ease a troubled mind. Without a word, love bids us start to ask and seek and find. Love knocks and enters at the sound of welcome from within. Love sings and dances all around and feels new life begin.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara. Welcome into this loving community of seekers where we strive to live with integrity, nurture wonder, and inspire the actions that transform us and transform the world. Welcome to those of you who are seeking comfort. Welcome to those of you who are seeking hope. Welcome to those of you who are seeking resilience. Welcome to you, whoever you are, whoever you love, wherever you are on life's journey. You are welcome. Whoever you are becoming in this moment, you are welcome in this community. It is good to be together this morning, whether you are here in the sanctuary or viewing online. My name is Deb Karoff, and my pronouns are she, her. I am the worship associate today, and I'm glad to be with you. I am also have the luxury or happiness to have worship associate Whitney Rubison here, who is assisting me with parts of this service. And those of you who may or may not know, Reverend Julia is on a vacation and study leave for the month of July, and we hope she's both relaxing and resting and restoring her soul. This morning, I am delighted to welcome Iman Wael Hagazi to the Unitarian Society today, and I will tell you more about him in a moment. Music director Matthew Grisette, pianist Heather Levin, and the Summer Singers will be providing us with music. I am grateful for everyone who helped us all to create worship each Sunday, including John Diaz, Kiara Watson, and the team of Will and Blaze. If you're visiting with us, we would love to get to know you and get to know you better, and we can answer any questions you may have and let you know what's going on. There are always a lot of things going on around here. Please stop by the visitor table to learn more about who you are, or you can click the visitor link that's if you're watching online. Before the announcements, I am excited to introduce Iman Wael Hagazi, who is visiting with us today. Iman, you want to stand up? Thank you. Wael Hagazi of the Islamic Society of Santa Barbara is also an Arabic language lecturer at the Religious Studies Department at UCSB. He obtained his PhD from the Religious Studies Department at UCSB and his master's from Al-Azhar University in Egypt. His studies focus on Islamic and Arabic studies with a special focus on digital Islam, virtual Ummah, and online Muslim communities in the U.S. We are so glad you are here with us today. Thank you for coming. I do want to note, by the way, that we have never been surrounded by so many flowers on a Sunday, and they're gorgeous. There was a wedding here of somewhere, some say 200, some say 300. I'm sure the wedding party knows. Anyway, it was quite a celebration, and there are flowers everywhere, and we're grateful that we get to enjoy them today. I have two announcements this morning. Not I do, but I'm going to ask Jody Thomas to come up first, and then Kathleen Boehm after that. Jody, come on up. You want to deal with that?
I'm gonna just work around it.
Okay.
Good morning. The last time I was here, I invited you to a hospice program. I'm back, and this time I want to talk with you again about the end of your life, or rather how to prepare for the end of your life, the best end of your life. And lest you begin to think of me as the Grim Reaper, I want to remind you I was also here inviting you to the Sparkle Party last fall. So it's not all about death, but it is today. Regina Fletcher and I, along with Barbara Hodgson and Jackie Krantz from the Live Oak congregation, have been working together on a joint series of programs on preparing for the best end of life. Our next program is coming up next Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. at the Live Oak congregation. So it won't be here, it's going to be in Goleta. And the program is called the Conversation Project. In this thoughtful and supportive session, you'll be able to reflect on your wishes for the end of life care with the guidance of a trained facilitator and the help of a personal workbook, which we will provide. You'll define your wishes and explore how to have meaningful conversations with the people who matter most to you so that they can understand, respect, and honor those wishes when the time comes. We hope you'll join us for this valuable opportunity to bring clarity, maybe most of all, peace of mind and confidence to this tender topic. If you haven't already, please mark your calendar. We'd truly love for you to join us next Sunday, July 19th at 3 p.m. at Live Oak. You're welcome to bring friends, family, maybe even the people that you want to have the conversation with. This workshop is ideal preparation for completing an advanced care directive or revising your current advanced care directive. And Regina and I are working with Hospice of Santa Barbara to provide that specific program coming up in August. Thank you. Thanks, Deb.
Thank you. Kathleen? Kathleen, you want to come up? Thank you, Jody.
Kathleen Boehm, and I am here as a representative on the Commission of Inclusion and Belonging. So I hope you read this in your order of service, because today we're starting a new practice that we hope will allow you to meet someone in this congregation that creates a different kind of bond than just standing around and drinking coffee. And at the end of the service today, we're going to have a question. And that question is going to be up on the screen. This is all voluntary. And it's going to be, in what way has love been an unexpected bridge between you and someone or something else? It's a long question. That's why it's going to be on the screen. And after the service, if you want to participate in this, we will have you come up here to the rug area and get paired off and sit down for 5 minutes. You know, one person listens to the other person answer the question, vice versa, similar to our connection circles, but only un por. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. Okay, now settle in. Breathe deeply. Allow yourself to land fully in your body and in this moment as we ring our bell and let the sound connect us. Our chalice lighting is called Love Can Transform the World. and it was written by Maureen Killoran. Love is the aspiration, the spirit that moves and inspires this faith we share. Rightly understood, love can nurture our spirits and transform the world. May the flame of this chalice honor and embody the power and the blessing of the love we need, the love we give, the love we are challenged always to remember and to share. We also have a candle of memory this morning, and that is for Sheila Lodge. Sheila and her husband Joe were longtime members of USSB at one time. Sheila was the first mayor of Santa Barbara, and she served 3 terms. Did I say female? Didn't I? Oh, yes, sorry, female, thank you. My goodness. Sorry about that. She was fully engaged in civic affairs for 37 years in either elected or appointed offices. I knew Sheila, and she was really a remarkable woman. May her memory be a blessing. Every week, we celebrate one good thing, try and find something that's good, and something really remarkable happened last Wednesday, July 8th, at about 11:10 GMT. Because of Earth's tilt and the timing of the Northern Hemisphere's summer, approximately 99% of the world's population, some 8.2 billion people, experienced daylight or twilight simultaneously. For a brief period lasting only about a minute, Earth's most populated areas were all under the sun, with only a small fraction experiencing nighttime. And that is an enlightened good thing. We have a very full service, so instead of talking to each other in a community greeting, I'd like you to look at your neighbor and smile and nod and just be grateful they're next to you. Thank you. Now it's time for a song from our choir, or from all of us, maybe. Yeah. Thank you.
Please rise in body and spirit as we sing hymn 1014, Standing on the Side of Love. Answering the call of love, we changed the text. The promise of the Spirit, faith, hope, and love are, and so every soul is blessed and made whole. The truth in our hearts is our guide. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim, we are answering the call of love. Sometimes we feel the barrier to keep love tightly bound, corrupted by fear, unwilling to hear, denying the beauty we found. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim, we are answering the call of love.
time for all ages. I would like to invite everyone who is a child or those who are young at heart to come forward. Whitney is going to read a story that Aman Wael sent to us. I see one child, boy, that's, any other children? Come on, we need some other grown-ups then who can pretend they're children. Thank
Yes. So we have a beautiful story this morning that's called The Broken Light. Before Ramadan, the children at the neighborhood mosque were preparing for a community night of light. They hung paper stars, arranged bags of dates, and placed colorful lanterns along the windows. 12-year-old Sammy had brought the most beautiful lantern of all. It had belonged to his grandfather. Its blue glass was covered with tiny silver moons, and when a candle shone inside, the moons danced across the walls. "Please be careful with it," Sammy told everyone. "My grandfather gave it to me before he passed away." 10-year-old Noor loved making things. She had spent the morning painting a sign that said, "Welcome, neighbors." When she saw Sammy's lantern, she leaned in close to admire it. Just then, her little brother Yusuf called from across the room, "Noor, the stars are falling." Noor turned quickly. Her sleeve caught the lantern's handle. The lantern fell. Crash. The room became silent. A piece of blue glass rolled beneath a table. Noor's heart pounded. Sammy was outside carrying chairs. Noor picked up the pieces with shaking hands. She wanted to tell the truth, but imagined Sammy's face and everyone blaming her. She placed the pieces in a box and pushed it behind a curtain. A few minutes later, Sammy returned. "Where's my lantern?" he asked. The children searched beneath the tables and behind the chairs. Then Yusuf pointed toward the curtain. "I saw Bilal standing over there," he said. Bilal was new to the mosque. He had only moved to town 2 weeks earlier, and he did not know many of the children yet. Sammy frowned. "Bilal, did you touch it?" Bilal's eyes widened. "No." "Then why were you behind the curtain?" "I was looking for tape," Bilal said quietly. Noor felt as if the broken glass were inside her chest. Bilal had nothing yet. Everyone was looking at him. She remembered her teacher saying, "Truthfulness matters most when a lie could protect you." Noor took one step forward, then stopped. Her face felt hot. She took another step. "Bilal did not break it," she said. "I did." No one spoke. Noor pulled the box from behind the curtain. It was an accident, but hiding it was not. "I was afraid you would hate me." I'm sorry, I missed my spot there. "I was afraid you would hate me." It was an accident, but hiding it was not. "I was afraid you would hate me, Sammy. I'm so sorry." Sammy stared at the shattered moons, his eyes filled with tears for a moment. Noor thought he might shout. Instead, he sat down beside the box. "I don't hate you," he said at last, "but I am very sad." "You have the right to be sad," Noor whispered. "I will do anything I can to repair it." Bilal knelt beside them. He picked up one of the blue pieces and held it toward the window. Sunlight passed through it and painted a patch of blue on the floor. "Maybe it cannot be the same lantern," he said, "but perhaps it can be something new." With the help from an adult, the children arranged the broken glass safely into a mosaic. Noor added silver paper moons. Yusuf found a frame, and Sammy placed one broken piece in the center. That evening, instead of one lantern glowing in a corner, the new mosaic hung in the front window. Blue and silver light spread across the whole room. When neighbors asked about it, Sammy said, "It used to be my grandfather's lantern. Now it is our lantern." Noor looked at Bilal, and it reminds us that telling the truth can repair more than hiding ever can. Bilal smiled. And forgiveness does not erase what happened. It helps us decide what happens next. The children stood beneath the blue light. The lantern was no longer perfect, but because honesty had entered the room and forgiveness had followed it, the light reached farther than before. Thank you.
We hold you in our love as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious light. We hold you in our love as you go.
Thank you, Whitney. That was lovely. And thank you, Emmanuel, for providing the story. We have a monarch branch over here, and each butterfly on this branch represents someone who was taken from our community by ICE. This week, we add 5 monarchs in remembrance of the people abducted from Santa Barbara County. These are our friends and neighbors, and we ring our bell for each of them because we will not be silent while they are targeted for harassment and abuse. We commit to bearing witness until this violence against our neighbors ends, and we also hold the people in Houston in our hearts. Hold. Imam, lead us in prayer and meditation.
Hello, everyone. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, O God, creator of us all, we thank you for bringing us together today. Though we come from different backgrounds, traditions, and experiences, we gather with one shared hope to seek truth, to grow in compassion, and to serve one another with sincerity. Fill our hearts with humility, our minds with wisdom, and our words with kindness. Help us to see the dignity in every human being, to listen before we judge, and to build bridges where there are walls. Grant peace to those who live in fear, comfort to those who are grieving, healing to those who are suffering, and hope to those who feel alone. Inspire us to become instruments of mercy, justice, and reconciliation. Reconciliation in our families, our communities, and our world. Teach us to love our neighbors, to care for the vulnerable, and to work together for a future where every person is treated with respect and compassion. We ask you to bless this gathering, strengthen the bonds of friendships among us, and guide us all on the path of truth, goodness, and peace. Amen. Thank you.
Please remain seated as we sing our meditative hymn, 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of living, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of living, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are. Come, come, whoever you are. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come,
Thank you. Imam Wael and I met for coffee about 10 days ago to begin planning this service. He asked me what Unitarian Universalists believed, and I found myself a little frozen for a few seconds. It was an odd moment for me. The words should have rolled off my tongue. After all, I was raised a Unitarian Universalist growing up in the East Coast. However, UUs don't have a Catholic catechism where we all agree with the same idea. We're often the opposite. We have lots of ideas, and we express them freely and frequently. I told Wael that love is at the center of everything that we do, and that we believe love can transform the world. I pulled out my phone, went to the USSB website, and showed Wael the image of the flower with the 7 shared values that describe Unitarian Universalism. You can see 2 images of the shared values on the screen. One is a flower, one is an atom. At General Assembly, which is the national meeting of UU folks, in June of 2024, UUs voted to replace the language in our bylaws about the 7 principles and 6 sources that were adopted 40 years before in the mid-1980s. The new language describes Unitarian Universalism through 6 shared values, all centered around a chalice holding the word love. Interdependence. We honor the interdependent web of all existence and acknowledge our place in it. Pluralism. We are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology. Justice. We work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all feel welcome and can thrive. Transformation. We adapt to the changing world. Generosity. We cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. Equity. We declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. In our daily lives, we seek to practice these values through worship, through action and service, through connection and care, and through celebrations and rites of passage. Here at USSB, we worship every Sunday. We engage in social justice activity in all kinds of ways. We hold connection circles and care for one another when we are ill. We celebrate and acknowledge rites of passage. We draw on our shared values in everything that we do. There are two formats for the graphic. One is the flower, and one is in the shape of an atom. I wasn't able to find any explanation of why these two images were selected, and the Unitarian Universalist website says that other designs are welcome for consideration. So in my mind, these images are not necessarily meant to be the official symbolic brand for Unitarian Universalism. But it's kind of fun and interesting to ask, why a flower and why an atom? In my mind, the images represent the idea that Unitarian Universalism is rooted in a theology that includes reasoning and science in the symbol of the atom, and the mystery of the natural world in the symbol of the flower. And both images evoke a different kind of energy. The atom feels charged, the flower feels reflective. There's language in a pamphlet on the National UUA website that captures this complexity. It says, quote, "We also draw from the deep social consciousness and intellectual inquiry of the Unitarian tradition, which holds that both reason and reverence are part and parcel of our spiritual toolkit. We are people who both think and feel our way through our spiritual lives. We make room for what we can know and for all that we cannot yet know, for science and reason, along with mystery and wonder." I especially like that line, "We are people who both think and feel our way through spiritual lives." I think it's beautifully written. Sometimes UUs are characterized as believing in nothing, but I don't believe that to be true. We believe in everything that is good, and we believe in kindness and compassion. When we practice our shared values, we are reaching to be our best selves. We practice love to create a world that is good, kind, and compassionate. Now I'd like to do something which I haven't done in a while, which I've actually never done with you, which is to do a responsive reading with all of you. You will find an orange insert on your order of service, or you can view the words on the slides. Either way will work. So can I have the first slide? Thank you. No, that's backwards. That's the last slide. Okay. Here we go. Yes, thank you. This is called Love is the Center and Foundation. I will begin, and then if all of you as a congregation would read the italicized words, okay? So, again, we reground ourselves here and in our highest values. Love is the power that holds us together as a community. Because love is not only something we receive, but something we practice in community. Let us be accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. May each unfold in wholeness. Thank you. Love is at the center because love is how we engage with the world. It is the bridge we cross when we act on our faith. Love contains all 7 values, and all 7 values contain love. We choose love because it is the way we transform ourselves, transform our community, and transform the world. Thank you. It is time for our affirmation of gratitude and giving. Our outreach offering for the month of July is La Casa de la Raza's Migrant Rights Project at the Restorative Justice Education Center. The Restorative Justice Education Center at La Casa is rooted in a commitment to walk alongside families in crisis with compassion, dignity, and practical support. RJEC La Casa provides essential services to the local Latino and migrant community through 4 pipelines: basic needs such as food and household essentials, resources such as legal aid, locating loved ones who are detained, and creating preparation plans, media such as sharing vital information on rights, policy changes, and resources, a safe haven such as trusted spaces for community gatherings, organizing, and mutual aid. Donations make a powerful difference. Every contribution helps bring healing, stability, and hope to those facing some of life's toughest challenges. Please give as generously as you can. Now, if you would join me in saying the affirmation of gratitude and giving. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts with us, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may learn from the generosity of others.
Loved, each of us is welcome. No one is a stranger, no one is an outcast, no one is alone. Everything we do, when our hearts are grateful and our lives are faithful, makes a better world, one that we can call everybody's home.
Juntos por amor, cada quien precioso, nadie sin extraño, nadie sin bocado, nadie sin calor. Cada paso fiel, con vida y gozo, vamos construyendo un mundo mejor, lleno de calor, como una flor.
All of us are loved, each of us is welcome. No one is a stranger, no one is an outcast, no one is alone. Everything we do, when our hearts are grateful and our lives are faithful, makes a better world, one that we can call everybody's home.
Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Peace be upon you all. It's a genuine honor to be with you today. I want to begin by thanking Unitarian Universalist Society of Santa Barbara for opening this sacred space to me and for welcoming an Islamic voice into your worship. I'm especially grateful to Reverend Julia Hamilton for this generous invitation, and to worship assistant Deborah Karoff, and who so graciously walked me through the service, helped organizing the program, and will guide us all. And she guided us all through our time together. Deborah, your care has made me feel not like a visitor standing at the edge of someone else's community, but like as a friend invited into its circle. Our theme is simple to say and difficult to live: choosing love. Not merely feeling love, not speaking about love when it's convenient, choosing love, especially when another choice would be easier. There are moments when love seems to choose us. A parent looks into the face of a newborn child. Two friends recognize in one another a trustworthy soul. A community gathers around someone in grief. In such moments, rises almost naturally, but the weight of love appears when it's not spontaneous. When we are tired, when we have been wounded, when we are certain that we are right. When another person is difficult, unfamiliar, or even hostile, then love is no longer merely an emotion, it becomes a decision about the kind of human being we are intended to become. From an Islamic perspective, love is not a decorative idea placed at the edge of religion. It belongs close to the center. The Quran speaks of God loving those who do good, those who are patient, those who act justly, those who repent, and those who place their trust in Him. Notice what this language does. It joins love to character. Divine love is not presented as vague approval. It calls human beings towards courage, integrity, mercy, and moral purity. Nearly every chapter of Quran begins with two names of God: Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the universally merciful and the specially merciful. A Muslim begins prayer, work, study, travel, and even an ordinary meal by saying, "In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful." In other words, before we speak of law, obligation, judgment, or disagreement, we are asked to enter the world through the doorway of mercy. The Arabic word rahmah, mercy, is related to rahim, the womb. The association is powerful. A womb surrounds life before that life can earn anything, explain anything, or repay anything. It protects what is fragile and nurtures what is still becoming. Islamic spirituality, therefore, invites us to understand divine mercy not as occasional leniency, but as atmosphere where love itself is held. This does not mean that love is softness without truth or kindness without responsibility. Islam does not reduce love to pleasant feelings. Love may comfort, but it may also correct. Love may forgive, but it may also protect the vulnerable. Love may reconcile, but it must never ask the oppressed to pretend that oppression is harmless. Love without justice can become sentimentality. Justice without love can become cruelty. The spiritual task is to refuse both failures. The Quran gives one of the most demanding commands in a verse about conflict. Do not let the hatred of a people lead you away from justice. Be just. That is nearer to righteousness. This is an astonishing moral standard. It does not say, be just only when you feel generous. It does not say, be just only toward those who are just toward you. But it says that even hostility must not be allowed to corrupt our moral vision. That is what choosing love can look like in public life. It's not refusing to name wrongdoing. It is refusing to become the image of what we oppose. It is resisting the temptation to humiliate, dehumanize, or delight in one another's suffering. It is remembering that the dignity of a human being does not disappear when the person angers us. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him and upon all messengers of God, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, all messengers, embodied this demanding mercy. In one of the most painful episodes of his life, he traveled to the city of Ta'if. And I'm happy, some of you, I'm happy to greet you all this morning and to have this honor. And I knew from some of you, they visited the Muslim world. So Ta'if is a city north in Saudi Arabia. So the Prophet Muhammad, when he migrated and he went to this city, hoping to find people willing to hear his message, and instead he was rejected, insulted, and driven out. According to the well-known account preserved in Sahih al-Bukhari, the second authentic book after Quran in Islam, the angel of the mountains offered Muhammad, once he received all of this insulting and all of the persecution, the angel offered to crush the people between the surrounding mountains, but Muhammad refused. He still hoped that good might emerge from them or from those who came after them. That response is not passivity, it is a moral imagination. He refused to allow the cruelty of others to dictate the boundaries of his own character. The people of Ta'if had chosen rejection. He chose not to answer rejection with destruction. He left room for a future that the pain of the present could not yet reveal. Choosing love means refusing to let the worst thing done to us become the author of who we are. This perhaps why the Quran describes Muhammad not merely as a teacher or a leader, but as a mercy to the world. In this sense, it's not weakness. It is a strength that has been purified of the need to dominate. It is a power that refuses to become vengeance. It is conviction that does not require contempt. The Prophet also taught God is gentle and loves gentleness. Gentleness here does not mean fragility. A gentle person may be fair. A gentle person may say no. A gentle person may stand between a vulnerable neighbor and danger. Gentleness is not the absence of strength. It is a strength under moral discipline. And I know some of you also love Sufi, and especially Rumi, and I'm so happy, so honored that you quote Rumi, and thank you, Dave, for quoting Rumi today. And Rumi is a mystic of love. In Sufi tradition, Islamists' vast heritage of spiritual refinement pays particular attention to inner struggle. Sufi teachers speak of the nafs, the ego self, that wants to be admired, obeyed, vindicated, and placed at the center. The ego can even use religion as a mirror in which to admire itself. It can transform certainty into arrogance, devotion into performance, and moral concern into an excuse for contempt. For the Sufis, the work of love is therefore not only to feel affection for God, but to be changed by that. Love is a fire that burns away false importance. It teaches the soul to move from how am I being seen to how may I serve. It moves us from position to presence, from control to surrender, from hunger to be superior, toward the freedom to be sincere. Rumi begins his spiritual poem, Masnavi or Masnawi, with the image of a reed flute crying because it has been cut from the reed pit. The music of the flute is beautifully, precisely because it carries the ache of separation. For Rumi, human longing is not merely a defect to be silenced. It is a clue. Beneath many of our restless desires is a deeper homesickness, the soul's longing for its source. We search for home in status, possessions, applause, romance, ideology, and certainty. Some of these may offer real gifts, but none can carry full weight of the soul. Rumi's insight is that love is not simply acquisition of someone or something. Love is a journey of return. It is a gradual discovery that the heart becomes whole, not by making the world revolve around it, but by learning to revolve around what's true, beautiful, and good. The Quran uses a beautiful word for enduring affection, call it mawadda. And by the way, I love teaching Arabic. I teach Arabic at UCSB, and I'm so happy, and the great achievement that I feel when I have my students come and they showed interest in learning Arabic, and I tell them, Arabic is not that easy language, and it's 12 million words. I'm trying to disappoint them in the beginning, but they say no. We're insistent, we're persistent. We will do that. But I give them the good news that we don't use the 12 million words. We barely use 700,000 of them, but the rest is in the literature. It is in the heritage. So one of the beautiful things about Arabic, where the 12 million comes from, we have for each meaning might be so many vocabs. For example, the word lion, it has 400 words to mean the lion. The word love, it has 100 words. So, so we were so free in the past, so we don't have anything except to invent words for things. So that's why it's so many words. So the word mawadda is affection in Arabic. In speaking of marriage, it said that God places between spouses mawadda and rahmah, affection and mercy. Affection is the warmth that draws people together. Mercy is what sustains them when warmth rises and falls. Affection delights in the beloved. Mercy remains present when beloved is exhausted, ill, disappointing, aging, or afraid. Choosing love also changes how we encounter religious difference. The Quran speaks directly to human diversity, or humanity. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. O humanity, we created you from a male and female and made you into peoples and tribes so that you may know one another, not merely tolerate one another from a safe distance, not reduce one another to labels, know one another. To know one another person requires humility. It requires a possibility that my first impression is incomplete, that my community's stories about another community may be distorted, and that listening may reveal a human being more complex than the category I had assigned to them. In our faith, friendship does not require us to pretend that our traditions are identical. They are not. Love does not ask us to erase conviction or to dissolve meaningful differences into polite generalities. Authentic respect is stronger than this. It allows me to stand honestly within my faith while making room for you to stand honestly with ours. I do not honor you by pretending that we believe the same things. I honor you by refusing to treat difference as a reason for fear, contempt, or separation. Another Quranic verse offers a remarkable vision for communities that do not share one single path. Had God willed, it says he could have made humanity one community. Instead, complete with one another in doing good. We may continue to disagree about theology, revelation, ritual, and the nature of ultimate reality, yet we can still speak. Who will feed the hungry? Who will welcome the refugee? Who will visit the lonely? Who will protect the dignity of the poor? Who will speak when a neighbor is treated as less than a human? This is not a retreat from belief. It is a belief tested in the world. The worth of our religious language is measured in part by what happened to the people who come nearer us. Do they encounter patience or irritation, curiosity or suspicion, hospitality or exclusion? Do our convictions make us more compassionate, or do we use them to excuse the parts of ourselves that have not yet learned compassion? As an imam, I have often seen love appears in quiet forms that no newspaper will report. Love is a community bringing meals to a family after a birth or death. Love is a young person sitting beside an elderly neighbor who has no one with whom to speak. Love is a parent apologizing to a child. Love is a person giving charity secretly, protecting the recipient from embarrassment. Love is an interfaith friend who stands beside a Muslim community when it's afraid, a Muslim who stands beside another community when it's targeted. Many Muslims become more faithful through love. May Christians, Jew, Unitarian, Universalist, people of every faith, and people and all people, and people who claim no faith become more fully human through love they practice. May our different paths not become walls behind which we hide, but windows through which we learn to see the vastness of human family. And when anger offers the quickest answer, may we choose wisdom. When fear asks us to close our door, may we choose hospitality. When injury whispers that revenge will heal us, may we choose justice without hatred. When despair tells us that nothing we do will matter, may we choose one small act of mercy and then another. Because love is not something we discover, love is something we practice, love is something we protect, love is something we become. Thank you again to all of you. Thank you again to Reverend Jolie Hamilton, to Deborah Kerov, to Whitney Robinson, to all of you, and to the entire Unitarian Universalist Society of Santa Barbara for the gift of your welcome. May the one who is the source of mercy guide us toward one another, deepen our courage, enlarge our compassion, and help us to choose love, not only here in this beautiful gathering, but wherever the next difficult choice awaits for us. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Please rise, inviting the Spirit, sing our closing hymn, 325, Love Makes a Bridge. I'm going to do all 5 verses. Love breaks the walls of shame which gender clouds.
As we extinguish our chalice, may the light of love shine upon you and from within you, be gracious unto you and bring you peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let us all sing, call out a blessing.